Hey everybody, happy Sunday. I want to make this video about how it's not always good to help people, especially when it comes down to your household. And the reason for that is because people carry a weight, they carry a vibe, they got a vampire spirit, and they are not coming with good intentions. And I want to share this with y'all. Um a lot of y'all might say, what is a vampire spirit? See, us black folks, we know what that is. No offense to anybody. Black people is just some spiritual people. Okay. A vampire spirit is somebody who comes into your house. They're not there to help you. They're there to drain you of your peace and whatever it is you have going on in your house. Now, the most important thing about your household is your peace of mind. And a person with a vampire spirit is not going to come into your house and give you a peace of mind. They're going to be a two-faced person. They're going to be greedy. They're going to be selfish. You're going to have some people come into your house. Oh, I don't have nowhere to stay. I lost my job. Can I come stay with you? I'll help you. When you move that person into your house, you notice that they're hiding money. They're hiding food stamps. They're hiding anything to help you. And they will sneak out of your household without helping you. They'll move out without helping you. So another thing is about a person with a vampire spirit is that they are very negative. They are very negative. They sleep all day. They hang out all night. They sleep all day. When you talk to them about, how they're supposed to come and help you and how they are there to help you and get themselves together, they get offended. They start jumping on their cell phones, talking bad about you. Oh, she talking about, I got to help her with this. And I feel like I don't gotta help her because I remember I did this for her a long time ago. They start talking like that. So you gotta be very careful, because I remember there was a certain time where I let a person with a negative spirit live in my house. And that person with that negative spirit, let me stop right there. You ever read in the Bible where it says that an evil spirit will leave when this house is swept clean and seek rest? When it does not find rest, it will go back to the old house and call seven more spirits with it. That was almost exactly like what this girl with the negative spirit did. I let her live in my house. She was real negative and still disrespectful towards me. And one time her mom ended up being homeless, and she was like, "Oh, can my mom come stay? My mom ain't got nowhere to go." And that's the evil spirit calling another spirit. So when her mom moved in, her mom called more spirits to live in my house. So it came to the point where I said, "Oh, y'all gotta go," because once I let them live in my house, they started doing evil things to my neighbor who I was really good with. Now, let me rewind that story back to y'all. Before I let the mom come into my house, and the reason why I'm saying let is because I didn't kick her out when I found out she snuck in my house. So let me rewind that story. After she asked me, can her mom come stay in my house? I told her no. I said, no, I don't want you here. I said it out my mouth. I said, I don't want you here. Why would I want your mom here? So she got an attitude, whatever. I laid down and went to sleep. It was 5:30 in the morning. I can remember to this day. It was 5:30 in the morning in the year 2010. 2010. I was sleeping. I was sleeping so good. I was woken up by a very strong negative. I don't know if it was an entity or a vibe, but it was so strong, y'all. God is my witness. My only witness is God when I tell y'all the story. That negative entity, spirit, vibe, whatever it was, woke me up out my sleep at 5:30. I remember because I grabbed my cell phone and I looked at what time it was. And I'm trying to figure out, I'm looking at the ceiling like, why am I feeling like this? I didn't go to bed feeling like this. I got up because whatever it was, something in my conscience told me, get up and find out what's going on in your house. I woke up. I walked through my house and I noticed that the girl allowed her mom to come lay in a room with her without my consent. And this grieved me. It gave me grief. I was so angry. I was so angry. So the next day I said, what's this? I said, y'all ain't finna go. No, y'all gotta go. So her mom was talking shit. I'm like, no, y'all gotta go. I don't care. Y'all gotta go. Because the reason why I felt like this, because I let them live with me before and it was not good. My peace of mind was stolen. They disrespected me. And I end up allowing them to come back in. So they would eat up my groceries from my kids. I'm like, this is where I started losing things. They was not there helping me. They didn't have no money, anything. I said, how am I going to get these people out of my house? So one day, they said something to my neighbor that offended her to get at me. And when that happened, that was when I threw everything they owned over the balcony. I said, I can't curse. I said, get the F out of my house. I went rampage. I was throwing their clothes, the bed they were sleeping on, all over the balcony. People in the apartment complex was just looking like, what's going on? I had to get them devils out of my house. I'm sorry. I had to get them devils out of my house because even though they was in my house, they was up against me. They had vampire spirit. They drained me of my happiness, my peace, and almost cost me my place of living because my landlord found out about them. So let me tell y'all this. You gotta be careful who you let in your house. Even if you're not letting them to live in your house, they could just be coming to visit. People got vibes. People carry weights on them that is unseen in the natural realm. So you got to be careful who you let in your house, especially if they always come unannounced. You could be sitting there watching TV and they knocking on your door. They showing up at your house unannounced without calling. That is how you know that they got a vampire spirit. They're coming unannounced. So I noticed that these people had a bad vibe on them because we would be outside talking and everything about like their presence. They're just about them standing next to me. I felt a dark spirit. I felt unhappy. I felt fear. I felt anger all in one. And it was uncomfortable. So people, be careful. Do not let nobody come in and drain you of your happiness. This is why God is not allowing everybody in his kingdom either. Think about it. So you gotta pay attention to how people are, how they talk, their ways, how they think. You cannot let everybody live your house just because they're homeless. The only thing you could do in this is steer them into the right direction. So for those of y'all black people, you know what I'm talking about. You know how people is. You know how certain people carry this vibe on them. And because one thing about me, I remember a long time ago, my grandmother is half Native American and half black. She was born and raised in the state of Georgia, the countryside, Cuthbert, Georgia. Anybody that came in our house, it could be our friends, it could be somebody coming to see my aunt, it could be somebody coming to see my mom. If they was not, well, matter of fact, it didn't matter who it was. My grandma did not allow people to just walk through her front door, even if they said hi. My grandma immediately be like, who are you? Even if they was her granddaughter or grandson. Who you? Walk your ass back out that door. That's what my grandma used to say. Walk your ass back out that door. So, and I thought that my grandma was being really angry and strict and mean towards us. But now I grown up to realize why grandma was the way she was. Why grandma was the way she was. because grandma ain't played at anybody coming in her house all times of the hour, any time of the day. Now I understand why she was the way she was. And let me tell y'all something about the person I was just recently talking about. The person that had the bad vibes and the one that was up against me. The mother. I remember I lived with her. She kept a clean house because that's the respect I gave her when I lived in her house. I had to clean up. I had to bring food in the house. I had to make sure her children was in the bed. I had to make sure her children was safe. So, she wanted respect for her house. But when she moved in my house, I had the total opposite. She would lie and tell my neighbors, oh, she used to be dirty. She ain't never cleaned up my house. She ain't never helped me in my house. This lady was lying only because she was evil. Only because she was evil, she lied on my name. So, you got to be careful with people. People mean you no good. They don't always come with good intentions. People are freaking wicked. Okay? And watch out for them people with jealous spirits too, because people with jealous spirits, they the same way. They'll come visit you for a whole day and they could be walking around your house on their cell phone talking against you to somebody else. Talking bad about you while they're standing in your house. You know? These people with these vampire spirits, they're users, they're takers. As long as you keep giving, they're going to take and take and take. They're going to drain you of your happiness. They're going to drain you of your peace. They're going to drain you of your sleep. They're going to drain you of everything. They are not with you. They are against you. And I'm telling y'all this story because I encountered people. After I kicked them out my house, they sent Child Protective Services to my house. They had other people in the family talking against me. See, vampire spirits they do more than just drain you. They go around and they, what you call that word? They go around and they hire other people to be against you. So be careful. Everybody is not meant to be coming to your house.